Welcome to the Crypto News. In this video, Mark Cuban shares his thoughts about how the current economic environment influenced the recent crypto crash. Listen to what he has to say.
You're borrowing at, let's say, 1%, and do you believe stocks will go up 1%? Sure. So yeah, it was $50 a year ago, but it's $300 today. So what? Everybody's doing it. It keeps on going up. Why would it go down? Well, you get to the point where it's just too damn high. Just because it's down 80 or 90% doesn't mean it's mispriced today. It may mean that it was mispriced last year. And with a lot of this, that's what it was. The money was so easy. It was so available that prices went too high. And it may well be that even though we're down, enormously, that we're in the right place in terms of pricing and we're finding the right place. And the problem isn't now. The problem was last year in the easy money. And so to your point, in terms of inflation, I don't necessarily think, well, first, when you talk about inflation with crypto, I always have to remember, there's two worlds of inflation with crypto. Right. There's the real world and there's the Bitcoin maxi world, right? In the real world, people just deal with it, as best you can. And even though it's painful, and, I'm old. When I came out of college, the inflation rate was not quite as bad now, but the unemployment rate was more than 10% and this and that. And so it was a struggle, just like people are struggling now. And when I say you're old, you're supposed to say, no, you're not. But
you're old, Mark.
But the point being that crypto isn't impacted any more or less than anything else. And it's not going to change what people do any more or less, right? Now, I'll say that if interest rates keep on going up and that's translated into savings accounts that, and all of a sudden you can get a 6-month CD for 4 or 5, 6%, or something tax-free for 4 or 5, 6%, that's going to impact people's decisions because you go from, okay, I might be able to make some money in crypto last year and I can make my 10% on my USDC last year, right? And that seemed to be relatively safe where I'm willing to take more risk to, hey, I don't have to fuck around and I can make 5% on this CD. That will impact the money that comes into crypto and stocks for that matter. Then there's the Bitcoin maxi side of it. With the Bitcoin, Bitcoin, that's a hedge against inflation. Yeah, I don't see that working. I always analogize Bitcoin as it's a better version of gold. It's a digital version of gold, and I truly believe that. And all the gold maxis think it's a hedge to inflation. Yeah, not so much. If that were the case, gold wouldn't be wherever 17,000, 18,000, wherever it's at, it would be 30,000, And so there was a lot of hope that Bitcoin would do this or that. Now, where Bitcoin and gold do offer a hedge is in countries that are not reserve currencies, because the world uses the dollar. If you're in, pick a country, right? Zumunda, what was it? Zumunda, right? What was the one with Eddie Murphy coming to America?
Oh, yeah.
Zumunda,
picking on a fake country.
Yeah, picking a fake country, right? And they have hyperinflation. Owning Bitcoin or gold is much better because it's going to fluctuate relative to the dollar or let's say the euro, and it's going to be stable and it's going to look like a really good hedge against that Zumundo currency. But then so would the dollar, So, I think the Bitcoin maxis got it dead wrong. And I think part of the challenge for Bitcoin is, even with the Lightning Network improving and becoming more popular, there's not enough utility, but that's the same problem gold has. Nobody needs gold jewelry. People like gold jewelry and want it, but they don't need it. And so there's a utility issue with Bitcoin. But that said, like gold, it's a good store of value. It's a better store of value when you're trying to be diverse in your portfolio. And that's why I own it, because I think I have no idea where it'll go. I have no idea how low it'll go. But I do know that once there are applications with smart contracts, not on Bitcoin, but across crypto that regular people use and figure out, just like streaming was a better version of getting audio and video than traditional media was, when there's better reason to use crypto applications, that's when it takes off.
What do you like better, Mark? ETH or Bitcoin? Which one, if you had to pick?
If I had to buy one today for a month, I'd probably buy Bitcoin because there's not that push of applications right now. I mean, I'm trying to invest. If you got one that, is a business application that replaces not just fintech, but let's just say something you do in the office. Here's the way we've been doing it. I use this app all the time, and, it has nothing to do with fintech. It has nothing to do with collectibles. This is just, I'm using smart contracts on Ethereum or whatever blockchain, and it's made my life a lot more efficient and a lot better. When those start to happen, whichever blockchain they're on, bam, right? Then people start saying, oh, I got to use, it's just like, my 13-year-old wants Snapchat. Bam, I got to have Snapchat. Got to have, when I turn 13, I got to have Snapchat, or I got to have Instagram or whatever it is, TikTok. What made people download TikTok? Why does every kid use TikTok? It doesn't have to be social media, and I think it'll come from business first, but we need that business application, the decentralized version of QuickBooks, decentralized version of whatever that is a crypto app that is just better. And when that happens, boom, because then people will start saying, well, if it worked I replaced DocuSign as an example, or I've got QuickBooks, decentralized QuickBooks, which allows me to buy or sell, or e-commerce even. Like I did this talk at the University of Chicago, and I only, and these are MBA students. And I was like, how many of you have used crypto? And about half had. I'm like, how many of you have used a crypto wallet to buy something? And about half to half did, or core of the people. And I'm like, of those of you who did, wouldn't it be a lot easier if you could just go to an e-commerce site, connect your wallet, buy what you want, click it, sign it, and have a lower transaction fee, and it's just paid like that? And if you were a vendor, wouldn't it be easier to just sell, knowing because you get that cash immediately? And so you could probably sell for less with less friction. Yeah, of course. But nobody's done that yet. We've looked at it with the Mavs and, but there's so many, everybody tries to go through traditional means to connect your e-commerce through BitPay or whatever, through a bank, and that just gets convoluted.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Marco Stan, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I intend, how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Marco Stan.